I'm just gonna screw up your whole show.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we've got an interesting problem here. We were trying to. Okay, so here's my kinematic. This is a refresh view. This is current.
Okay.
So basically, what we've got is Docker starts, and I can show you the Docker.
I think I'm gonna ask you something right away to see.
etcd is not up.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Let me see your. Yeah, don't worry about etcd. Let me see your kinematic. You like how I just come in here? I'm like, do this. Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what we needed.
See your generator and your Weber down.
Yep. It complained about the service not found.
Yeah, you need to run the. You're missing the setup. You're missing. Go to your command line.
I ran that. I'll try it again here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you kill the processes, right?
Did you restart Docker or your box?
Hey,
it did, but I ran this after I restarted.
Hey, David.
Not that. Don't do that. Are you downing it? You're downing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I
you
down
almost
it?
recovered,
Go ahead.
David?
Say again.
You almost recovered?
Physically, I feel pretty normal, but my voice is taking a tank.
Yeah,
since,
it sounds like you've been drinking nonstop for like a couple weeks.
Oh man,
You
I
just
haven't drank a thing because I've been sick.
Yeah.
Honey, seriously, green tea and honey, it works wonders.
Never worked for me.
Yeah, there you go.
Makes me sound like a frog.
Huh. Sounds
I would like to
a
hear
personal
that. Don't
problem.
forget to add the lemon though. The lemon's really key.
Yeah, the lemon does
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, the way that's acting, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, do the dots. Okay, yeah. Matter of fact, while you're there, just do a Docker setup prune or system prune.
System prune?
Yeah, system prune.
Docker prune.
Wait.
Yeah, Docker system prune. You got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I had it? Okay.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah,
spell
that's it.
prune?
No, you had it. That's it. Yeah. Yep.
Warning, this will remove all stop containers, all networks.
Say yes.
Yes, okay.
It'll just take you a little bit longer to. Okay, and then do the volume. I mean, I would say to be safe, but do the / setup.
Okay.
But you got gigabit, right?
Practically speaking, it's much.
Stop. Do you have a specific .env file that you've already created? Oh no.
No, I had already.
Did you hear the part where I said stop 3 times?
As I was clicking the button, yes.
All right. Did you have a specific .env file?
Nothing. I have not built anything or changed anything since the last time.
Then you're safe. You're safe. Great. Okay. Phew. I usually have a configured one, and so you would have just lost it. Okay. Try that now. Yeah.
Up -D. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, this is literally what I did 10 minutes before you got on the call. So if this works, I'm going to be kicking myself. But
well, I mean, if it doesn't though, it might be time. Every once in a while Docker just gets in a really funky state, and I find that I have to kill it. I have to like clean everything, bring it back up, and then do that again. But the fact that etcd and your generator and your registrator are green and they haven't completely died tells me.
Well, they were doing that before. They did that before. They sat
did?
up for about a minute-ish, minute and a half, something like
etcd?
that. Yep. So etcd should come up almost instantly, which we should be able to test over here.
Yeah. Now, I would
good.
expect loopback to work. I would expect that to be 10.075.1.
10.070. Okay, we'll try that.
You're on a Mac? You on a Mac?
Yep.
Yeah. 10.075.1, yeah. It's either 10.75.01 or 10.075.1.
Still 404. So it's sorry, what was the other one you gave me?
10.75.01. I always get those mixed up.
Would it really have restarted or started by now? Doesn't it take like 90 seconds?
etcd?
Or so?
Oh, and you're missing the keys, by the way. So yeah, it is. It's 10. I can see. It's 10.075.1. etcd will not. If you just go to the base port, it's not going to give you everything you need. Please hold.
Right. I just wanted to see that we weren't getting a 404.
That's going to give you a false positive though in the 404.
Okay.
Yeah.
Services. You sound so healthy. It's amazing.
What are you saying?
Honey,
right,
green tea, and lemon.
There it is. I've got the string right here.
There we go. Grab that one. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll always. Yeah.
So etcd site can't be reached.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna say.
0.75.1. Oh, yep.
I think it. Yeah, there you go.
All right, and Shazam.
There you go.
Hey, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's progress. Yeah. So
Which version are you guys actually running in, by the way? Are
a
you?
pretty old version, and the reason is it was a working stable version, and I didn't want to just rip it out and throw something else in and be like, "Hey, it's gonna work, guys! I know it." Like,
Take a look at the, if you would take a look at the DSC config, because it's going to write the keys after. And if it's still go, okay, right. So once that writes it, the generator and web are doing what they should be doing so far.
Ow.
What'd you do?
I might be
That's
missing
what
a toe.
Mousetrap went off on his toe.
That's what happens when you walk outside and you do a live stream all at the same time.
I know.
You need to pay attention to where you're going, Adron.
Oh God, that hurt. Words are hard. So I was fixing my footstool, and it was off the hinge, and I just hinged my little toe in between the thing.
You're off the hinge.
Yeah.
You.
Oh. Yeah, there's blood everywhere.
Are you serious? Are you
yeah,
really serious?
I'll fix it later. I can't do anything about it right now anyway.
I mean, you could fix it live.
I am not putting
Here
my
we go.
foot in front of the camera.
We'd lose like all 2 viewers that we have regularly.
One.
You're never supposed to say that out loud. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're supposed to say that.
52 viewers.
52 viewers.
That's a great number.
Wow. There you go.
Yesterday I got up to 40 something.
Was it 42?
Nice.
Because that is the number of the universe. The
I
answer
know.
to the universe.
It wasn't 42. It was just like 40.
Oh,
and then it
I'm
went
so
to
sad.
39. And then I asked everybody if some weird fluke had happened and like where did everybody come from?
Hmm.
But
All
they
right.
answered.
Worthwhile.
I must have
All
got
right.
a whole crew from Australia.
We're almost there. It looks like on this. Once this is done, then we'll have to try the other step and see how that's going. So where we left off last week, where we left that cliffhanger,
Yeah.
was literally me navigating to here, so we could find. Actually, I'm gonna go back to keys. So it's gonna spit out a whole bunch more.
Oh, you want to go to Killrvideo, and it's not there yet because they haven't been created.
Ah, okay.
It's waiting for the DSC config to finish up. Once that does its thing with graph, you'll see it write a bunch of keys at the end.
Okay. So
It does that to keep the other services from trying to connect before they're ready.
I see.
Yeah.
Seems like that's something we should handle in the code on their end versus.
It in the all-in-one in new
Externally.
versions and everything. No, it still ends up, the code is handling for it. But what's going to happen is if they see that the Cassandra key opens up in etcd, then the code's going to go, oh, okay, I'm going to look there, right? But if, and it can look for point 9042 and it can do other things like that. But it's going to start to try to write operations and do other things. And then once the database is available, we want to guarantee that the schema is in place. And that's what the DSC config is doing, because then it's going to try to write to like Killrvideo and other things. There you go. It's going to try to write to the key space. And if it tries to write there and it's not ready for it, then it's,
So
that was an old race condition.
question with this then. So the service we should be looking for in our code is actually DSD server, right? Or something along those lines, because it's not going to be called Cassandra, even though our code, if I can.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just referring to it as Cassandra.
Well, right, but I'm saying there's actually a place in our code where. Oh goodness, where does that happen? This is getting into the swing of things from last week. You know what I'm going to do?
I will say one thing before I leave, because it looks like you guys are up and running, or you're just about to be. And I recognize that you went back to an older stable version. It might be really, 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 really good to start with all-in-one and make whatever you have right now. I assume I didn't look. Which stream is this? Is this the Web UI Node.js one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. So you might really want to take a look at what's going on with all-in-one and start migrating there, because my concern, not that you asked me, but since I'm going to tell you, is that you guys are going to be going down a certain set of paths, like what you're doing right now with etcd, that don't even exist anymore in all-in-one, and that's where we are putting a stake in the ground and moving forward. And
Yeah.
the configuration there is a ton easier. It is much simpler, so you might end up causing yourself more work sticking with the old version, if that makes sense.
Oh, I'm sure
Yep.
that'll happen.
I kind of want to get it to just a safe enough state that we can do that without feeling like, oh, what did we lose in the middle there that we don't know about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also
So-
feel like it wouldn't hurt us to just move to the state of the thing that is working with the all-in-one and then work backwards.
Ooh,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Just, yeah, I would, whatever you guys do, right? Whatever you guys do, at some point you need to make that tie-in back to all-in-one.
Yeah.
And just be careful about going too far into the configuration route with things like etcd, because it's gone when you get to all-in-one.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well,
And
we aren't really
all-in-one
doing
doesn't allow
much
you-
with it.
What's that?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not doing much with etcd. We're just running it with the old version to run the user interface.
Yep. Yeah. So the one thing that it would be is when we're getting the gRPC interface, we're getting that from etcd. But that should be like one method we have to change, or one grouping of methods that we have to change.
Hey, David,
So
could
is your
you,
stuff up?
Could you post the link to the all-in-one on the Twitch Slack channel?
Please hold. Adrian, anything you want.
Thank you, David.
Here you go. It has been posted. The link has now been posted for Adrian.
Where? Oh, I said
In the Twitch
Slack. I
Slack.
meant Twitch. Darn it. Hold on.
You
I'll
did say
repost
Twitch
it.
Slack. I'm listening to exactly what you asked me to do.
Yeah, you gave me exactly what I asked for. Thank you, programmer David. All right. Now I'll
Expect me
put
to
it
go
in the
outside
Twitch.
bounds. All right, so is your stack up? Are you guys good?
Yeah, we're good.
Looks like, yep.
Wonderful. All right, I'm gonna skedaddle because I gotta skedaddle.
Cool.
Yep,
Cheerio, David.
Sounds good.
You
Have a
Good
good
to
one.
see you.
Have a wonderful stream. See
Hope
you
your voice
guys.
sounds wonderful soon. Bye.
Oh my god. I can't leave yet. I can't find it.
The
Zoom
awkward moment.
disappeared
of
on
all
me. Zoom, it totally disappeared on me. I can't find Zoom.
Just start hitting
At the
Alt
bottom,
F4 on
at
everything.
the bottom in the
Oh,
tray.
I got it now.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
Hold
All right,
on.
have a good one, man.
See you guys.
All right. So, back kind of to where we were. All right. Let's see
Yeah,
here.
so thanks for bearing with us all, everybody. We had a hiccup in infrastructure of Container Universe. So,
Yes.
and I am
It would-
posting that link now. Here.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll actually I'll go to that link real quick as well. It would be interesting if we go and do take kind of a quick look. I'm curious where the overlap exactly is. I think
It'd probably be, if anything, if we could somehow just take that, work side by side, and start to like copy stuff over that we have done. But just to move
Potentially.
to that base, because it's so much easier to start.
Although I will say there is about 50% of this that has completely changed. I mean, like complete scrapped and rewritten already with what we're doing. So, I mean, we may kind of go, okay, we just need to do it at the end too. I don't know yet. All right, so Killrvideo all-in-one simple environment. Kubernetes setup. So Kubernetes basically does everything etcd is doing and makes it all nice and wonderful.
Sounds
See
moderately
here.
reasonable.
Yeah, well, you know. So our web deployment, web service, what's the difference between those two? All right, let's click on this and take a read, shall we? All right, so we've got service is web. Okay, container port. So that is the actual website. Killrvideo web RC1. You know, I wonder. I wonder if the only thing we would do is redirect this, because that's obviously not going to be correct. Oh, you know what? Let me check what this one is real quick before I stick my foot in my mouth.
Sure thing.
Target port. Yeah, node port. Okay, yeah. So they're actually going in. This is the container creation. Yeah. So basically, between those two, it's taking what normally, if we go back to the over here and take a look at what Docker containers we have up. Span that. Whoops. Yeah. Come on. Span. There we go. All right. So these are the Docker containers we have. That Killrvideo web _1 is going to be the equivalent. Now, this is where my Docker knowledge really kind of hits a dropping off point. I don't know how to put what we've done into a nice clean Docker container that we can replace with this one and then Kuberneteify it.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
What did we do to the Docker container?
So for this, we're not actually running in not that. Hang on. For this guy, we're not actually running in a Docker container. Now we should probably Dockerify this. I don't know enough.
What are
Docker
we running
to do
in?
it. We're just running on bare metal.
On your local machine?
It's running on my Mac. Yeah, it's running on my Mac. We do need to get this Dockerified, and there is even a Docker file if we wanted to open that up and look at it. This is the existing Docker file. There we got our ports exposed and all of that.
That's exactly how it builds and runs now. That is Dockerification of this thing, of this app.
Okay. Well, should we try it? Let's give it a go. See what happens. All right. So I'm going to kill the bare metal app just because I don't really want that to work. I'm going to change the port to 4000 because that's the one we are using for our development, not the other one. I don't want to use 3000 because, well, 3000 is already in use by the other Docker container, which we can kill. I mean, we can go over here and we can stop this particular container.
Well,
that's okay. It shouldn't be an issue.
Wait a second. If that other container,
the one I killed,
the one you just killed, what was that one doing? What's that doing?
So that's the old web GUI. That's all that is the old web GUI. That's why it's taken that port, and that's why we killed it, essentially. Okay. Now, the interesting thing here is this Docker file is basically a holdover from when this was all one repo. So these two parts we've been developing, where we got these two separate things, they used to be one thing. We broke it out, and at some point we're going to put it back together.
So what you're saying is this probably won't work.
Well, let's try it. You know. All right. So Docker compose up, and I think I need to do a -d here.
You got to build it first to get the newest.
All right. How do I do that?
Docker build.
Docker
-t.
dash build or build -t.
Just Docker then space build.
-t.
Yeah, -t. Well, wait, I was gonna give you some more.
Flag needs. Okay.
So Docker build -t. What is the name of this image? Like, what should we call it? I don't.
Let's call it Web v2. Or no. Let me think about this.
It needs to be called where it would be stored. So like, is it Killrvideo? Like,
it's Killrvideo GraphQL layer. I mean, that's technically what we're working on.
So what's the GitHub path though? Or what would be like the Docker
GitHub path needs to be renamed. That's one of the things I have on my list to do. Let's just call it GraphQL layer for now. Killrvideo GraphQL layer.
Well, if we don't name it analogous to where it would be on Hub, then it's probably not going to run it right.
Okay, well, let's rename it on GitHub then, because I have the power to do that. So let's go ahead and do that.
What else may break?
Good. Nothing should break with that. That should be fine.
Well, except that the other. Doesn't this thing pull from the repo?
this Docker file, but we'd have to rewire that anyway.
No, I meant
with our new stuff.
the other repos.
Oh, no. This one's outside of that. So this is one of the things that we have to clean up. And this is one of the things we actually had to do on our stream. And we actually have it in our task list.
Okay.
Let's do it then. Yep, let's do it. 222. This is all in my private repo. And what that means is microservice server. Boom. All right. So this is the URL of this portion of the project. It's not connected to the Killrvideo project in any way, except someday we have to remerge it somewhere. And to be frank, my git foo is not super fantastic. So with that in mind, we need to go and actually rename this to something relevant and probably roll it in somewhere that we should roll it. So repository name microservice server is obviously not even relevant or correct. So I would call it like KV GraphQL, because that is actually what it is, if that works.
Sure.
GraphQL.
Why don't you make it all lowercase?
Okay. KV GraphQL.
Hey, Chris, thanks for the follow.
We got someone? Awesome. Hey, how you doing?
Not someone. We got Chris Biscardi.
Chris. All right. Yes. There we go. All right. So we just renamed the repo. So this is our actual repo link. So when we do our nice little Docker pull dealio, let's see. So where does it do that? We've got our defaults to production environment, make directory, Killrvideo web. We probably need to rename that. Own our Killrvideo. Yeah, we're gonna need to rewrite a lot of this. Actually, Killrvideo web. Yeah, that's our package JSON Killrvideo web. So basically, everything here that says Killrvideo web, I think we should probably call KV GraphQL, because that's, I mean, functionally speaking, that would be more correct. So, and considering this repo is named that, let us do that now. Do you remember the replace? I think find.
No.
Oh boy. I always have to look this one up. Find and replace. Replace is actually off. Interesting. Okay. Well, if it's not going to be nice, we will just have to do it by hand, which is okay. Boom. Boom. It's one of those things where, like, when the indexing works on a IDE and everything's nice and smooth, you don't notice it, but when it doesn't work, it's the worst. Okay, one more. Killrvideo. All right, so Killrvideo GraphQL, and of course, change that guy right there. Killrvideo GraphQL. Okay, should be good there. All right, so our Killrvideo YouTube API is passed in via build arguments, set arguments. We do not have try Killrvideo, sign up for a key. I don't think we are actually using that for this container. I wonder if that's a holdover from one of the other containers. I'm gonna leave it in there for now, but that's something we should probably revisit here. Run npm start script for the app by default.
Right now, Chris, we're trying to get this container of this multi-container application containerized and running. It was containerized in the past. We've done some weird things to it, etc. And now it has some GraphQL bits and other things. So we're just trying to get it running. That's pretty much the whole kit and caboodle right now.
Yep, and then once we do that, we've got some services stuff where we're trying to wire up a backend database to a GraphQL to a front end, and it's all, I mean, the middle layer was Felcore before, so we were ripping that out, putting GraphQL in, learning GraphQL in the process because, hey, we don't know it, so it's a great learning opportunity and a good time all around. So
Yep.
So we got all of this looks good. Working directory. Okay. I think run group add. Yep, that's our user Killrvideo. That's good. I think we're at a place. Let's try it. So build T, and then what were the parameters I needed? Oh, Adrian, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. What were the parameters after T?
I just posted the doc in there. I'm looking at the doc to try to refresh my memory. So dash T is like the name and tag of it. So you do name : tag.
Okay, so probably name is what Killrvideo, or I suppose it can't collide with any of our other services, right? Because we have all these running.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best practice.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to name it Killrvideo GraphQL, and I'm going to tag it. Oh goodness, and a tag is just what shows up like down there, right?
Yeah, basically that 2.1.0.
Okay, I'm going to call it 0.1 because that's kind of where we're at, right?
Yeah, or 0.01.
0. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that should work.
All right, let's try it.
Oh, and space period to say like build this content in this directory.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's let that do its thing for a second here. If this works on the first try, I'm going to be like...
What, the build or
I'll
running
be shocked.
it? Because we ain't running it. We're just building it.
Oh, we're not running it? I mean,
No,
I'm down to try it. But let's see if it run. Okay. Seems to be going along. All right, failed. What do we got?
Yeah.
Stat Docker build npm shrink wrap. No such file or directory. That is correct because we are not using npm shrink wrap anymore.
Oh,
that was one of the things that got ripped out.
Yank it out of there.
Shrink
Delete
wrap.
it.
Copy npm shrink wrap JSON.
Yeah, just take out the whole copy.
Yep. And I think package JSON should be basically all we need because it does an npm install in here somewhere, doesn't it?
Does it? I didn't see below that it did. Or
I don't actually see it. All right, we'll probably need to add that, but just for sake of only twisting one lever at a time here, let's try this again, see if it builds, and then we'll have to try and add an npm install. Oh, it does. It does actually. It's line 25. All right, so running apt-get update. Cool. This is getting further. So I got one of those standing desks. Just while it's building here, you know. Got one of those standing desks, and it came with this like balance board thing that they say like reduces stress on your lower back.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is hokey. I mean, it's free. Okay, I'll get it. It works. I gotta say, like, I get back pain from standing for like 4 hours. I can stand for 4 hours on this, no problem. It's kind of crazy.
That's interesting. You probably shouldn't stand for 4 hours either, though.
No, I mean, I
sit down and then stand up
a lot.
And then walk around. Yeah.
Right, but if I'm thinking about something like focusing on a project all day, then I'll like be stuck in whatever position I started that that project in.
Always keep in mind too that just because you can stand up 4 hours and do that crap now means in like 5 or 10 years you won't be able to.
Yeah.
But you'll still need to do the work.
Right.
I'm always thinking about the future.
A ton of difference. Oh, what do we got here?
Progress.
Okay. Yep, progress. It was every time I see red in a terminal, it makes me go, uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Well, that's just like console output in Docker. So it always gives me like that little freak out moment where I'm like, oh shoot, what's going on? Crap, all this red stuff. And then all of a sudden I get all excited and freaked out, and then I notice, oh, it's just all the dependencies for something running in the console. That's exactly
So
what I wanted.
I was building up this Python logger for another project recently, and
Why?
they had this nice little thing where you can specify all these colors for all these different kinds of messages. And I mean, you could like truly make it a rainbow of, just all kinds of info. This is teal, like, just all sorts of ridiculousness. Oh, here we go. npm install.
Oh yeah, while that's running, you should click on File, and then Settings, and then Plugins.
File, settings, other settings.
Yeah, there's default settings. There you go. Man, you got like an old version. You should update.
Yeah, it should be up to date, but.
And then go to Plugins. I don't even know where your plugins are in here. It's probably under Tools or something.
All right, hang on. Let's cancel that. I'm gonna go to Help. I believe plugins was. No, it's not.
What
Maybe
in the
it was
world?
Tools. Oh,
Yeah,
come on. Where's?
I don't, what version are you on? This is like
It should be current.
2014.
I honestly haven't looked. Yeah, I honestly haven't looked for quite some time. All right, so there's preferences somewhere in here.
It's probably under import settings. Yeah, go into preferences. Maybe it's in there.
All right. So what
there
am I
you go.
for?
So and then type Nyan, Nyan. Yeah.
Nyan.
And hit enter, and then click search in repositories. Yeah, you definitely have a very old version. And then click on the Nyan progress bar. It's very important.
What does it do? Progress bar.
And then click install. It makes your progress bar useful.
Oh. All right. Fair enough. It will. All right. Yeah, it's going to make us restart, which is okay. We'll just do that later.
Just do it right now. It ain't doing nothing, right? Didn't it finish the build?
I got to check.
Did it not?
I don't think it did.
Let's check. Don't actually restart yet.
Yep. All right. So, Warren, we're going to postpone you.
Oh, that's normal, though, right, for this?
No, so this is actually Babel. Why is it complaining about that's not even the version of Babel it should be using? That's odd. I wonder where it's pulling that from. So in our package JSON, let's see what. Oh no, that is. Huh. Okay, what version of Node is it? We had at one point in here a Node version, and I don't see it. Oh boy! All right, there it is. 10.4. Yeah, so we're on Node 10.4, right? Babel legs, a couple version numbers.
Oh, that's normal, though, right?
No, so this is actually Babel. Has been deprecated for Babel CLI. Yeah, so Babel is pretty awesome actually in what it does, but it's not it's not as nice as writing just straight JavaScript and letting JavaScript be JavaScript, because you end up having to do your whole build, and man, this is taking a while. Processing triggers.
Maybe you should restart it.
Well, I mean, this is technically going through this entire list of things and running the installs for all of them.
I mean, you're not on like a 56K modem. It should be done already.
No, I'll probably have 100 meg or so. Yeah. All right, I'll kill it.
Yeah, just restart the thing. Restart your browser so you can get a good taskbar.
Oh,
I mean, progress bar.
I will kill that.
Oh, what? What did it just do?
Oh, I've got so many IntelliJ windows open. I'm gonna have to close them all. That's okay.
Just hit Command Q. Oh yeah, Command Q would have done that. It'll close all of them.
Show it to exit. Yes. All right. So give that a second because my Mac is crazy slow. And
what's up?
we will open this back up.
Oh, it's because you have Slack open. And you have OBS open. And the
do have
tools,
OBS
and
open.
PowerPoint. And Kitomatic.
You should have seen what I had open earlier. It was like
Why do you have
all
all
the way
that
across the
open?
bottom of the screen. Well, Kinematic we're using for the stream. That's the tool that we're using to visually see.
Oh yeah, you could just.
I really don't like the Kinematic tool
You could
because
just close it
doesn't.
though and use the command line. I mean,
We
you're using the command
could.
line
It's just
anyway.
a little less.
Yeah, there's 9cat. 9cat's working for
Oh,
us.
I see. Okay. Oh my goodness. See, I've seen the meme. I've never been exposed to. Like, I've never been around it though.
Around the Nyan-cat.
Killrvideo Node.js. This is actually another one which I'm going to close. This is for the actual backend Node.js. We're actually using the Java version for this. I really don't like the kinematic tool. Then we are going to Web v2. That open. Oh, I see. I also need what was called microservice server. Am I going to have to? Oh goodness! I renamed the repository. Just a little less.
Yeah, there's 9cat.
This is probably.
9cat's working.
I've never done that before. I guess we're gonna have an adventure here today.
I mean, you're using the command line.
That's a little less. Yeah, almost good. We're gonna go file.
Sorry, I just had to clip you if you're wondering what that background sound is. Sorry about that.
Fair enough. The people I work with sometimes, you know.
I can't help it. I love some Nyan-cat.
So we have documents, GitHub. I have 2 GitHub folders, and I can't get rid of the first one yet, which is unfortunate. Okay. Oh yeah, it's on my list of things to be slashed. All right, microservice server. That's what we're looking for. Microservice server. There we go. Open it. Want that index really quick. And boom. Okay. We're basically good to go. All right, so the same command is not going to work. So let me see. I'm going to need you to help me on this one. Is docker build dash T
blah 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 colon numbers.
What was the name of the
or period?
Boom. Oh, come on. It's thinking. It's frozen. What the? All right. Well, we'll just go over here, copy that. V001. Build. Oh, I forgot space period, right? All right. There we go. All right, so that's doing its thing. So once we have this, we can go back to that Kubernetes we were looking at earlier, which, if I can find it here, Killrvideo all-in-one web service. Okay, so right here, this is essentially the same sort of thing, right? This is taking a compose, the K compose, and converting it to. Do I have this right? Is that converting it to a Kubernetes?
Kubernetes, yeah.
Way of doing things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so then we'll just basically upload it here, and well, not upload it here, but yeah, get that working here, and
well,
in theory.
What do you mean get it working here?
Well, so the Kubernetes. We'll get working with Kubernetes once we have it working with Docker. But first step is getting to Docker. Yeah. Hey, a couple more people joined. Who'd we get?
I don't know. Oh, phooey.
You, me, Chris. Chris is still here. Hey, awesome. Doesn't show me names of people. Is there a way to see the names of people?
What do you mean? In the chat?
Shout out to whoever joined.
You have to get into the chat to see.
Okay.
That. We got Host Me Raffle, Lurks, Social Zine, and then some bots, Tade, and Commander Root's here. Commander Root might be a bot. I don't know. Then there's this
If not, say
Mando
something.
next person. Oh, never mind. They're just a
Yeah,
moderator.
that's me.
Hee hee.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So some of the oh goodness. Oh, those 2 of those are bots. I don't know if they show up as people in the thing though.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so we're at that spot where we got stuck last time. And these are only warnings. So, I mean, we should, in theory, keep going. Which obviously we'll have to update that in a bit here. And actually, these 2 should be really easy to update without any major refactoring required, because the version numbers here, or the version differences here, are mostly from our perspective inconsequential.
I'll take your word on that one.
Yeah, well, I say that now. That's going to be like the next 3 streams is how do we recover, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not disappearing, but I'm standing up for a minute to fix my lights because my lights went off. The timer went off. So I'll be back in like 30 seconds.
Sounds good. All right, and that's just going to be stuck there again. All right, I'm going to leave that there for a while. And I'm going to open a new goodness, can't talk, window. And we're going to do our work normally. Is major behind. Yeah, I know. It's so this project actually was started about 1.5 years ago, and then we got super busy with other things and put it down for like almost 1.5 years. So we're picking it up again, and yeah, technology has moved on. Huh? All right.
No, I got
so
blood
going
all
back
over the floor.
where we are. Oh, lovely. Ooh.
Yeah. It's part of the dangers of software development. You might cram your toe in between the footstool and the ground or whatever I just did.
Right. All right. So npm run dev. This should. Oh, yep. Server ready. Port. We're good. Okay. So we can go view this as we have on a previous stream. I actually have this up. I just got to refresh it. This is the GraphQL playground, and it is running. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Okay. And this is our, of course, test query. A test query is not attached to anything, really. This is a static data set that we actually have over. Oh, hey, look at that. Is that the error we were searching for? A service with name on it? Yes, this is it. Oh, awesome. Okay, could not initialize Cassandra key space. Yes. Okay, these are the problems we were hoping to have. This is what we were hoping to track down. So this is
famous last words.
making me
the
smile.
Problems we were looking for.
Right, these are the problems we were looking for, exactly. All right, so basically we are not getting a connection to the Cassandra key space. Now, last week what we did was we kind of wired up a whole bunch of etcd, gRPC stuff, got it all connected, or so we thought. We kind of ran out of time at the end there and didn't get to finish it. So we can't actually run a Cassandra query, and this right now is complaining because it's not wired up right. So when it's actually doing its whole connect thing here, which this is all the Cassandra driver code. We can see there we've got all our promises. We've got, where is it here? Our consistency level, local quorum, like all the stuff you use to get the driver connected to your Cassandra, because Cassandra is the backend for this. Yep. Basically is here. Now this we shouldn't really have to touch. I think we're going to want to do a driver update at some point, but kind of want to get it little more stable before we we do that undertaking. So
yeah,
this should all work. Now, gRPC client. This is where it gets fun. So we'll notice up in that first error message, and I don't like this implementation of a terminal in an IDE because it always jumps back on me. So it says could not, just like that, exactly like that, right when I say it. All right, we're going to go up here and try to make it work. Okay.
Oh my God.
Well, if you saw it there really quick, it said a service undefined could not be identified. That's a problem because that means we are somewhere sending all of our nice gRPC code, something that is not actually useful. Now, in our etcd code, which I had right here. Okay, yeah. So you'll notice there's a commented out static value. That's kind of, we were using it for some testing before. We're not quite done with this portion, so I don't really want to pull it out of there yet. We'll get there though. We have a config file, and then we actually also have, you'll see this nice little if else 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 statement here. So the Docker IP, there's like 3 or 4 different places we can actually pull the IP from depending on how this is being run. There's the Docker version, which we get some Docker IPs and nice things there. There's the version where we just pull from etcd, or I should say we use an env file to point to etcd to pull services. There's one where we statically set the IP address. And so basically this is just kind of going through and trying to determine where on earth we're getting our value. Right now we're doing this config IP port, config get. Oh, hey, what was that error? Is that the one? Property standard is not defined. Property center is not defined. Okay, perfect. I wanted to see this. I need to know where to go to get this. I'm sorry I'm jumping around a lot, people. It's just errors are popping up when I need them to. So
yeah, if you have questions, open it up.
Yes, feel free to ask.
Explain all the answers. Or, I mean,
well,
we'll have all the answers.
Try. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I'm not the best at reading errors here. All right, microservice node, config, lib, config, JS. Config,
oh, yeah, by the way, Chris, like this whole project, part of what we're doing besides getting it to GraphQL is to upgrade a bunch of stuff. And we're trying to do like a couple of things at a time. Because I think it was on Node, what was it, 6.4?
On Node 6.2, I think.
Yeah,
when we picked it up. I mean, it was like 3 years old. So
yeah, it's like prehistory.
Yeah, it was kind of a double mandate where we had to, they really wanted us to put GraphQL in, and we started doing that, and then we went, oh, wait a second, we're on such an outdated version of Node. This is a nightmare. So we kind of made a bad call in retrospect. Actually, it was definitely a very bad call in retrospect. Instead, decided to upgrade our node right in the middle of a GraphQL port.
Just moderately bad call.
Broke everything. I mean, end broke everything. We made it worse by going in and trying to break this 2-part service that was in one repo out into 2 repos, for one for each service, which actually made the very front end code work much better, because then I wasn't having to fight dependencies on both fronts. I could just kind of clean that up, get it all nice and working, and then work on the back end or the middle layer service. So we're still in the kind of recovery from that. All of our dependencies from Node 10 are compiling. They're not optimal. They're not fully cleaned yet, but we have a compiling working thing. We had to rebuild all of our Babel stuff too, because it was all in a really old, just everything. It wasn't ES6. It was ancient Node.js that we were writing. So we kind of, it was just, we were taking an ancient program and turning it into something more modern, basically.
What a way to put it.
I'm going to have such PTSD after this project. Like, seriously. Okay. We got our lookup service. All right. And there it is. Hey. So it's, I believe, complaining about that right there, because our service is not actually called Cassandra.
Where's the message?
Let me bring that back up. Terminal. Property or configuration property, Cassandra, not defined. Well,
oh, there it is. Okay.
Lookup service async, Cassandra. So we actually have to figure out what the name of that service is. Fortunately, from earlier in the stream, we had gone into our etcd, which is right here. Yep, I'm going to refresh that so we're the most current we can be. And we're going to see what the service name is. Hopefully it's not Cassandra, because then I will be thoroughly stumped. All right, let's take a look. Uh-oh. Cassandra. Right there. Awesome. All right. And does it give me an address for it? It does not. That's interesting.
What's the service map in the code base?
I'm sorry, say again?
So it doesn't have like a service map for that thing?
I
the
don't
code you were just looking at?
Yeah, I don't believe it does. So lookup service async. Let's
like, how does it know to look up
some
that
things down.
Service based on Cassandra? Is it just looking at a path in the directory or the server or whatever?
Yeah, so lookup service, we actually have this nice file right here. What this does, this goes and takes, oh boy.
Yeah, see, it just
It's
says
so long
services
since I've looked at this.
/ blah.
Right, service name, right. And we see that reflected right here, right? Services / blah, right there.
Yeah, I guess the map of it is right then. So
Right, yeah, so that part works.
I don't know.
Problem is we're not recognizing Cassandra as just in case. I like I said last stream, I think I'm a touch dyslexic, so trying to match two words spellings is very hard for me. I look at one, I go, that's the exact same thing as that one over there, and
Yeah,
not always. So sometimes I just copy paste over to make sure, but nothing changed when I did that. So
it's
should be good there.
It's a good practice.
Yeah. So our lookup service is actually one of the things that's fairly solid here, and it is just utilizing etcd, going in, retrieving service name, and kind of calling it a day. Nothing crazy complex there. Okay, so lookup service Cassandra is not being found. We need to figure out how to actually troubleshoot this, because that is unhandled rejection error. I'm not actually familiar with an unhandled rejection error. Is that what technically is an unhandled rejection error there?
Where does it say that?
So right here.
Just at the beginning of the error.
Right. So unhandled rejection error, doesn't that because normally I'm used to like syntax error or out of bounds, or something along those lines, where whatever language you're
Isn't
working
that part
in,
of our custom class in there? Look up unhandled rejection error in the code base.
Okay. Give me a second. I will do that.
Oh, no, wait. Chris mentioned it. He says is unhandled rejection is when a promise gets rejected and you don't have a catch or try catch on the block.
Oh,
so that might be.
We could actually go through and probably.
Yeah, just like do a catch to get the error.
Let's see, const lookup service Cassandra. So I should probably do that inside.
We now owe you $5,000 in consulting.
Don't say that. I'm not paying.
Please bill it to the unnamed company.
All right. Project. We're going to go back to lookup service. And all right. So here we go. Lookup service, service name, found service. We need. We're throwing an error there.
But that's
I do it here, right?
The thing. That would go back out to the one calling into it.
This guy right here?
Yeah.
So
is there a catch on it? Like way down somewhere?
Yeah, it'd be. Yeah, there is. Client promises, delete. That's not
what?
Right.
Why would you delete the whole key space if the thing does?
Const.
That's not what we're trying to do, right?
No, hang on. I'm not lined up right. Client promises, key space.
That's right. That's the catch.
Right. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm very perplexed by our bit of code here.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's try to think this through for a second. So, then contact points. Right. It goes through the driver. It sets up all your driver stuff. Gets that working. Sets up logger. Yeah. Sets up your password. All that. We're using plain text, which is awful. We shouldn't be doing that. But hey, we can change that later. We're not Facebook, right?
Wait,
else
what?
Logger. Oh, you didn't hear about Facebook got all in trouble because they were keeping a ton of passwords, like user passwords in like plain text files or something. And
when is Facebook not doing that?
What's that?
When are they not doing that stuff?
So. Yeah, well, there's a reason I don't have a Facebook account anymore. All right, so create client. Yeah, none of that's happening. So catch error, client promises, delete. That is literally delete key space. We can't delete that key space if we're not connected. Client options. Where are we setting key space? Key space is being passed from here. Yeah. Okay, so get Cassandra client async, which I believe, if memory serves, right, is not called anywhere yet.
Yeah.
which is fine because I mean this is initializing everything. We need to actually use this when we go and we start writing our queries, which we haven't gotten to yet. Yeah. But you know what we should actually probably do? We should probably actually go in. Oh boy. Gonna get rid of this. So this is the other part I don't know enough about yet to actually write anything. And I'm probably doing tons of dangerous broken stuff, but that's part of the learning effort here.
Chris has also pointed out that on line 58, we are rethrowing the caught error, and it bubbles up again at that point. Another good catch.
58.
Boom, boom, boom.
Client promise, delete key space, throw error.
Yeah.
Where's the first one then?
It's catching an error, and then it's rethrowing that error.
Oh, so it is. Oh my goodness. I didn't. Okay, yeah. I'm going to happy?
No. Because it should do something. What is that error exactly?
Yeah. That explains why we got two of the exact same error there. That was going to be one of my next questions, actually. So that's good.
Well, yeah, maybe.
So
you need to put error there. Or, I mean, you need to put what is it? Logger dot thingy.
Yeah,
logger dot error. Logger dot error. Yeah. That's it.
Yep, and then there we go.
Love it.
All right. So now you saw what I commented out earlier. I kind of squeezed by and didn't really talk about it as I was doing it. That code right there, that was how we were calling it. That's why everything was breaking, or probably part of why everything was breaking. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to kill this process. We're going to restart it, and we're going to try it again because I want to see what happens with that well, actually, I know what's going to happen with that comment out. I needed to comment that back in. But I just was too busy to go through. Okay, so click the button there. Errors should be service name undefined has not been loaded. Okay, so that is outside of this. So I'm wondering if this service client or get service client async right here is actually what we're fighting. We just think we're fighting the Cassandra, but we've actually got two things going on. So service client async, we're going to, clicking all the wrong buttons. Let that search, come on.
So it is 3:05. We've been right at an hour. And I also have a thing
it's been so much shorter
in like a few minutes that I need to go to. So
okay. Well, when's our next one?
The big next question is, there's two big next questions. One is, who should all four of us raid? And two, I guess that's the cliffhanger. So our next day streaming this content will be Thursday?
Thursday sounds right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, should be Thursday.
I believe.
And we'll pick up exactly where we left off. I'm going to actually leave it all open.
Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, just
how
freeze
it is.
your machine. Freeze it.
Yep. There we go. As long as my kid doesn't come along and like unplug the power. He's done that a couple times recently. Yeah.
That would be kind of exciting.
It switches things up a little bit for me for sure.
We're gonna raid James Montemagno.
I don't know
who's currently working on some Xamarin stuff, some .NET Xamarin stuff, slinging some C#. I think he's slinging C# right now. So we're gonna dive in there and bomb his channel. So hopefully everybody will join me. And at least say hello to him before you disappear. So here we go in about 10 seconds. In the meantime, catch us. I have completely spelled his name wrong, so I'll try to do that again. James Montemagno. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I did not even know that I could set the raid like that. That's pretty cool. I did it with my account, not with the DataStax account, which is pretty rad. So anyway, we're going to raid James, and everybody say hello for me. We'll be there in about 5 seconds. So,
all right, thank you, Chris, for all the help, by the way. If you want to come back and provide more insight, we love it. So yeah. I'm learning this stuff as we go.
As always, thanks, Chris. Cheerio, everybody. Here goes the raid.